Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your friend Bats. My name is Jared. That's Carl. And this is MPH by Mark Millar and Duncan Fegredo. This is one of the older Mark Millar books that I missed out on at the time of when they were being released. And I've just read it for the first time recently. I probably owned the book for a year when I was like pretty much collecting his entire catalog. And I like to jump around, right? I like to read some superheroes and then read some like indie stuff, and then get back on some superheroes and go on a big superhero run, and then get on some indies and back and forth again, just to cleanse my palate. And so I decided after reading Invincible that I want to read some other indie stuff, cleanse my palate of like superheroes for a minute. And so I read MPH, and I did really enjoy this book on a fundamental level of just the type of story that it is. And it is another like I feel like Mark Millar just makes movies but in graphic novel form. So this is just a one and done story. It's about these three crooks, or four crooks. It's three main characters, and what they do is our main character is this crook who the story starts off in the past. This guy from the future destroys everything in his path, going super fast. And our main character is this character here. He's a drug dealer, and he pretty much gets caught up with the feds, and he goes to jail, and he's trying to get out of jail sooner to be with his girl, and he ends up taking a drug called MPH, which gives him superpowers of super speed. And so he decides to use the powers to break out, and he takes the drugs with him. So he has a limited supply of superpower drugs, and he uses that power with his girlfriend and his best friend to basically rob everyone and screw over the people who screwed him over. And they just have a blast, right? They're like running the freeway, they run on the water, they take selfies on Indy cars, and they're like basically working towards a big job to get them settled for the rest of their life. Oh, yeah, there is four of them. Yeah, there is four of them. And one of them kind of flips out and ends up in the past because he takes too much drugs. And they're pretty much getting they're starting to fall apart as a team. And he goes into the past, that character, and he ends up in like the 1920s, right? And yeah, early, maybe 1930s or so. And so the government, from the guy from the beginning, the government had captured the guy from the past who did it. And so I don't really want to spoil the ending, but it has something that you can kind of guess if you've read Mark Millar's Superman Red Son. It has a similar ending to that, where it's kind of like an endless loop of speedster powers, and it's pretty cool. And so basically, not to spoil it, but the ending is also the beginning, if that makes sense. And it was like a cool, all right on, and they do kind of have this happy ending. And just overall, it was a, like, overall, it's a good story. It's a good one and done story. And if it was like a Netflix movie, it's worth watching, but it's also worth reading. It's a really good read. It's a, you know, you can read it in an hour kind of read. You could rent it from the library and just read it in one sitting, and you can read it in the library if they have it and just don't even bother checking it out. It's like, but it's, yeah, it's a good read, and I do recommend it. I trust Mark Millar. He, that's why I own all, pretty much, not all, but the majority of his books, because I trust him to kind of just get in any genre and tell kind of any story. And he tells a good story pretty much every time. So that's that. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.